What's going on, guys? It's Mr. DEBT, Joe Lorick from the Money Etiquette Group. Yes, I have a suit on. It's not for the video. It's Sunday. I go to church every Sunday. You see it. Get over it. We're going to talk about Akoins today. We're going to talk about Akon opening up a mine in Congo for, I believe, copper and possibly cobalt. So let's get to it. Now, first, let's start off with Akoin, the cryptocurrency. If you're not familiar with it, Akoin is a cryptocurrency that's going to be the primary currency for Akon City, which people should start, let's say, migrating and living there by 2022, 2023. And they're supposed to start construction in 2021. This is a city that is being built, developed by Akon and partners. And ultimately, this is a city that's supposed to be run by the Akoin cryptocurrency, meaning that's the primary token, the primary currency that they use for all transactions. Akoin is a cryptocurrency that's available in the market to buy and sell. I believe it's not on Coinbase, but it is available through Bittrex and several other exchanges. It's running for about 14.9 to 14.8. I'm talking about 14.8 cents, 14.9 cents in US dollars per token. And when it came out in November, it was roughly around 15 cents. So there hasn't been much fluctuation between the pricing. And when it comes to, just to let you know, the supply, we're talking about 450 million. That's the total supply. Of course, that hasn't been ate up, and we don't know how much is out there circulating, but we should get more numbers in the future. But back to Akoin and what it's going to be for and why it's important for you to understand what Akoin is all about. If you're a person that is a fan of this whole idea of Akon City, if you're a person that says, you know what, I might move there one day, and you're serious, you're not playing. If you're a person that was intrigued by the idea that this could be the real life, Wakanda, and this is a possible Mecca for Black people, brown people, African people of African descent throughout the world, where this is a peaceful place, a place where you will be appreciated and can live in luxury. If you believe in that, Akoin should be very important to you because, again, the entire city is going to run on Akoin. And while you may not be able to invest in Akon City, you can invest in Akoin today. You can actually go and purchase some today. And it is being used, like I said, in a couple cities in Western Kenya. But ultimately, there's a bigger goal from Akon, and he put that out there through Twitter and different statements. What Akon has said is that his goal is that the entire continent uses Akoin and cryptocurrencies. Not just his cryptocurrency, but all cryptocurrencies, but of course his primarily. And he wants that to happen because he says roughly, based on stats that are put out there, there are about 350 million unbanked Africans on the continent. Again, 350 million. And he believes this, or enabling cryptocurrency, should enable them to move up economically, move up from a wealth standpoint when it comes to inequality and wealth inequality, and bring a lot of people out of poverty simply by having a system that's not dependent on their government, where, of course, the currency isn't vulnerable or as vulnerable to civil war or, quick changes in governments, because we know we have some governments where they're always peaceful transitions of power. That's not the case in many African nations. But when this happens, their currency, their local currency, oftentimes is harmed. But with a cryptocurrency, which is an international currency, which is a world currency, an international market for it, the value could be relatively unchanged, even if, let's say, the country is going through some type of civil war or conflict. So that's just something to put out there. And he has put out there that, of course, in addition to lighting Africa, making sure that Africa, in terms of the people, the hundreds of million people that are unbanked, have an option for banking, even if they don't have a credit card and all they have is a cell phone. But some more background information on Akoin. Akoin is on the Stellar network. So if Akoin does well, understand that Stellar does well. And that also means it's a win for the Stellar Lumen token, because even though it's only a fraction of a penny, whenever an Akoin is used, there's a fraction of a penny of Stellar Lumen that will be used in the market too. So they're tied together. So if you're a fan of Stellar Lumens, understand that you are in bed in a way. You know, Akon or Akoin is one of its grandchildren. You're invested with the same company. So we'll see where that goes. But as of now, when we're talking about their transactions, the goal when Akon City first opens up is to have the transaction level at about 15,000 transactions per month. And this is when the city just gets up. The ultimate goal just within Akon City is to move up to about 1.5 million transactions per month using Akoin. We'll see if it reaches that point. But obviously, if you think about the numbers, if you're talking about one city that has 1.5 million transactions per month using Akoin and a total supply of 450 million Akoins, it would be wise to invest early, to put it away, and to wait for the usage rate to increase, because the more it's used, the more valuable your coin is, the more valuable your token is. And right now it's relatively cheap at 14 to 15 cents if you believe in the project. Me personally, I believe I'm going to pick up a couple, because why not? I'm going to take a shot, see if it works. I'm a person that also heavily invested in Stellar with Stellar Lumens. So it would make sense for a person like me to go ahead and invest in Akoins too. But again, that's my opinion. I'm not telling you what to do. But again, guys, this is all a part of the bigger picture, building building Akon City, and also throughout the entire continent of Africa, making sure that cryptocurrency becomes a dominant currency, and it allows people who are unbanked to be banked and to transact on an international level. We'll see if it gets there, but that's what Akoin is about. Secondly, Akon, in addition to working on Akoin and Akon City, is working in Congo. I believe it's the Congo province. He's working on opening up a mine there with the company White Waterfall. That's a private equity company, White Waterfall. What they do is they invest in mining companies. So he's looking through the investment. I believe they're putting up $2 million to explore and see if they can pull out some copper and also cobalt. Now, a lot of people would not think much about that. Okay, copper, yeah, it gets used, and cobalt. But when you think about the direction that the United States is going, when you think about what's needed for these electric vehicles, Africa is the largest producer of the materials that are required for these electrical vehicles to work. So this is not just an investment in Africa. It's also an investment in the U.S. market. And I think it's a smart move by Akon. I mean, I understand you're not mining for gold, you're not mining for silver, you're mining for cobalt. And cobalt is necessary. Again, it's a necessary component of electrical vehicles. And so is copper. So we'll see where that goes. It hasn't said if that's going to go through or not, but that is in Congo. These are the moves that Akon is these are the moves that Akon is making. Now, I know a lot of people agree. They've seen my previous videos. Some disagree because he is backed by several Chinese investors. He's also backed by U.S. investors. It's not just one country or two countries. He has partnerships with China and partnerships with the United States when it comes to building in Africa. And he has partnerships with Senegal. He has partnerships with Kenya and the Kenyan government. It's not just one side or the other. It seems like he has partnerships with each side. And this is a way that he's using his U.S. citizenship, even though, again, we look at him as a Senegalese man, he does have U.S. citizenship, and he's using it to his advantage. We'll see what happens. But ultimately, tell me what you think in the comment section about this update. Let me know what you feel about Akon City. What about Akoins? Are you going to invest in Akoin, the cryptocurrency, instead of just Bitcoin? Again, we know what Akoin is going to be used for. It's going to be used specifically for an entire city, and that city won't be up and running for several years. We know that it's being used in West Kenya. So it's something that is in current rotation, but we're not talking about a lot of transactions. He's talking about, again, in the beginning, 15,000 per month to 1.5 million at a later date. And the ambition is put out there that, look, if he can get this going in Senegal and Kenya, maybe he can get this throughout the diaspora, throughout the entire continent of Africa. But what do you think? Do you think he's going to be successful? Do you think this is a good thing? Let me know in the comment section. And again, let me know if you're going to invest in Akoin. Also, don't forget, subscribe, like, share.